A big thank you to the Hicksville band for that introduction. Chuck, small in numbers, but mighty with their voice.
That's right. The kazoo player was not there, but I tell you what, they sound good.
Again, thank you. Welcome to week 7 of the Tim and Chuck Show, presented by Batten Stevens Body Shop. I am Tim McDonough, joined by my esteemed colleague, Chuck Martinez-Brandon. Chuck, we're here at Frickers. Another nice spread, and we're ready for some football.
That's right. Football, we're going to try out these new tater skins.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot as soon as we wrap up here. We'll let everyone know how that
Fearless.
went. Yeah.
But I'm sure there's nothing to fear with those things. They look pretty good.
Chuck, before we get into our game of the week, let's talk a little bit about some of the shots that Ethan brought us last week from last week's game. The week before, week 5, we had shots of guys outside, their shirts off. It was a beautiful Friday night. Not so much last Friday, Chuck. Cold and windy.
That's right. Who says we don't get hurricane weather up here in Northwest Ohio? Definitely affected by what's going on down south. And that temperature dropped, and I think it played some havoc across Northwest Ohio in some of the games.
Well, he got a lot of shots. I mean, homecoming, you see trying to hold on to the crown.
Yeah.
I mean, the big flag and just standing straight out. And, of course, I think we have one of these every year, Chuck. We've got the cheerleaders trying to hold up the banner for the team to run through. What is it about that we always have something to talk about?
I don't know. It's cheerleaders and banners. They don't mix, really. That's every year we have bloopers.
It was ripping already.
That's right, but they give it the old college try. They always do a good job.
That's right. And, also, too, like we said, pictures of the crowd. Nobody with their shirt off. Everybody bundled up, blankets.
And you can hear just on the microphone that Ethan has, it just sounds like there's somebody's just crumpling paper and stuff right next to him. The wind's blowing so hard.
Well, the week before, Chuck, Ethan got a great shot of a ball going out of bounds on the Ayersville sideline. This week it happened in Hicksville. We've got Garrett Krall of Hicksville, the quarterback, throwing it out of bounds. One of his teammates, let me get his name here, Salvador Avalos, makes the catch. But it's what he does after he makes the catch that makes our video.
It's great because not only does he make the catch, then he tells everybody about the catch, and then he does a little jig to show off that he made the catch. It's great stuff.
Ethan just getting great shots of the week, and we have to thank him for doing what he does.
Hey, you're on the sideline. You better be ready. Ethan will get you.
He'll get you. That's right.
I know.
Yeah, he got you the week before. That's right. All right, Chuck, it's time for our game of the week, and we got a pretty big one in the NWOAL. We've got Wauseon coming in 5-1, 2-1 in the league. They're going to Liberty Center. Liberty Center's got 2 losses, but they're 3-0 in the league. Liberty Center, Swanton, both unbeaten in league play. Yeah. Wauseon with only 1 loss. It's a big week in the NWOAL, I think, especially for Wauseon.
Oh, yeah. And there's that relative cousin momentum. When he gets on your side and he's in your corner, and I think Liberty Center has a lot of that right now. They struggled a little bit early on in the season, but they are really rolling right now. And when that confidence starts building, momentum's on your side, sometimes that's all you need.
Well, this is obviously a couple of teams that, like you said, are just tough and physical. What are going to be some of the keys maybe for Liberty Center on both sides of the football?
Liberty Center, they're going to have to, defensively, they're going to have to limit a Wauseon offense that has been struggling with some injuries, things of that nature. And just going to have to play some sound defense, not give up big plays, and just give their offense a chance to matriculate down the field.
How about defensively? I mean, that team, we've got Logan Smith coming in. He's got 73 tackles on the season already for them. Through 6 weeks, that's a kid who's getting to the football.
Yeah, I mean, that right there tells you that he's just downhill violence. When you're running to the ball and making that many tackles, it says that you're seeing the field well. It means people in front of you are doing their jobs, occupying blockers and clearing up the lanes for him to run to and make plays.
Well, let's flip it over. Wauseon, obviously both teams would love to get a win out of here, but this is maybe do or die for its NWOAL title chances.
Oh, yeah, the offense struggled a little bit last week for Wauseon. They really had to get that going against, like we mentioned, a tough Liberty Center defense. So you got to score. We got to score if you want to win. That's sort of a life lesson. You got to score, you got to win. So they really need to pick it up.
I know every week you talk about the trenches, Chuck, but I think you're going to see physical from not only up front but from all parts of the field, because these two teams have a history of knocking heads.
Oh yeah, they sure do. That's what we saw Wauseon in a 7-on-7. Their wide receivers and tight ends were physical with us. So I mean, like you said, they're going to be physical all over the board, and they're not going to back down from each other. And that's what makes some of these games in the NWAL so great.
Well, I think another thing that's fun about this is, Travis Cooper. He's still a relatively young guy. He's been there for a few years, and you got Rex Lindgren, who's been at Liberty Center for a long time. Just the coaching matchup, I think, is fun too.
Oh yeah, it's going to be great. And that's Coop has had success, even though he's a younger guy. He's had a lot of success, so he knows, he knows what's going on. And Rex, he's never short of tricks. When Rex, everything is fair game with Rex. He might onside kick the opening kickoff. You never know what he's going to do. So when you're coaching or playing against the Rex Lingering team, you always have to be ready.
Well, it should be a lot of fun, and I think obviously Ethan will be there this week. And to all the Liberty Center and Wauseon fans, make sure you see him and do something crazy, and we'll feature you on the show next week.
That's right.
So, but before we move ahead, let's take a little break. We'll be right back.
With an online subscription to the Crescent-News, you can read every article, see every photo, download and read each printed page, watch Crescent-News videos, and see great deals offered by our advertisers. For just $7 a month, you'll know the news in Northwest Ohio as it happens.
And we're back, and it's that time of the week, Chuck. We're going to hand out some awards. And let's start with the Rose Insurance Collision of the Week. Chuck, what do they say about that?
They always say that you might have a hit here and there and a little collision, but there's no collision like the Rose Insurance Collision of the Week.
What do you got for us?
Hey, coming from that Hicksville-Tenora game, we got Matthias Grube. He's hawking down the little short pass, and he's introducing the Hicksville receiver to the turf.
The ball comes rolling free, and Matthias Grube, our Rose Insurance Collision of the Week. Congratulations to that young man. And now it's time for our Jacobs Meets Play of the Week from that same game. We've got Garrett Crawl going back to pass for Hicksville. He's under duress. Derek Smith of Tenora comes in, knocks him to the ground. Ball comes loose. We've got Dakota Stark of Tenora, tries to scoop it up once, scoops it up after he misses it the first time, takes it to the house, the scoop and score. Tenora goes up 14-0, and they go on to win that game. That is your Jacobs Meets Play of the Week.
Great.
Now, Chuck, we would like to say a big thank you to our sponsors who allow us to do this every week. We have Batten Stevens Body Shop, Frickers, Rose Insurance, and Jacobs Meats. We can't do this without them.
No, it's great to have the support, and it's great to see the support for area high school athletics like that. It's great.
Well, as always, follow us on Twitter and Facebook. That's scrolling underneath us. Any questions, send them to our email address, also scrolling underneath us. And it's that time where we put in a plug for our sports department. They do a great job covering high school football. Yep. Check them out at crescent-news.com Friday night, Saturday, and check out the paper Sunday for all the good stuff.
Yeah, you can follow them on Twitter too. They send out a lot of tweets during the games, and they do a good job of keeping you updated that way too.
Yeah. Well, before we get out of here, we're a football show, Chuck, but we're going to talk about a high school athlete that we saw on Twitter last week that we thought deserves some recognition. Her name is Scarlett Neese. She plays volleyball at Holgate. Yep. She sent out a tweet that said, "Molly Hammersmith is the hardest hitter in Northwest Ohio, and my face got to meet one of those hits." And she put it out there for everyone to see in a video, and I thought it was great that she was just so humble and great about it. 733 favorites, something almost like 400 retweets. We wanted to give a shout out to her because she let us use the video, and like we said, we just thought it was neat that she was so humble and gracious about it that she would do that.
Oh yeah, that was really nice. And Molly's a nice person, and I'm sure when that happened, I'm sure Molly went over and apologized, just knowing how she is too. So that's great that those girls all get along. That's great.
Well, also we would like to give a shout out to our friends Stephanie Bell and Jill Barnes, who joined us for the show today. They were out here having lunch and talked to us. And hey, if you're not doing anything on Tuesdays at 11:30, come out to Frickers here in Defiance and join us for the show. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. It's great meeting some fans, some people. They were helping DC out a little bit with the presidential search, and that was great for them to come out and join the show.
Yeah, that was great. Now, that is week 7 of the Tim and Chuck Show. Chuck, before we get out of here, any words of wisdom?
Well, you know what we like to say when we're watching film. Film does not lie, Tim. And if you watch at CrescentNews.com, Ethan's got great film. There is great football being played here in Northwest Ohio.
That's our show this week. See you next week.